Hello friends, welcome back. Need to upload the image securely from your Angular app? In this video, we will create an API to upload images to Azure Storage, store them in a private container and save the image URL in the database. So let's build this step by step. Come, let's get started. This video is part of the full stack development video series. We are building the Smart Certify online certification application. So in this video, we will focus on the web API that is going to help us upload the images to the storage account and Angular piece of code that is required for us to upload the images from our Angular to the Backend API. So let's dive in step by step. So I've opened up the project for the .NET Core Web API. Don't worry about the code. It is there in the GitHub.com. I will give you the link in the description. So stay focused on the logic that we have written. So there is a controller called user controller. Okay, so user controller has an endpoint called update user profile. Okay, this is an HTTP post call. Basically, pay attention. The content is read from the form. This is not from body. This is from form. Okay, I will explain you why we have to do this. So if you go inside this model, we just have the user ID being passed and the picture is passed. Picture is in the form of iForm file. For .NET Core, iForm file is the one which supports the files that coming into the system. Okay, so what we are checking, if the incoming picture is not null, then only we process. If it is null, like if nobody is uploading an image, we don't care, we don't do anything. Now, let's say if an image is coming, we are creating a stream object, an instance of a memory stream. We copy the incoming stream into memory and we pass this as an array to another method called upload async under the storage service. If I do a shift F12, it will go to the implementation. Before we dive in and see what is inside, let's see what is here. So this is a storage service which is taking the connection string from the settings. So under the storage account connection string, which is here, storage account connection string. So there's a connection string. So that string has been taken here. We pass this to this blob service client as an input. We create an instance of that. Okay, similarly we take the container name. That's it, we take these two. But from where this blob service client is coming? Blob service client is coming from Azure Storage Blob and Azure Storage. So basically, if you go to this place, we have installed packages called, so if you go here, we have installed the packages called azure.storage.blobs. Okay, so from there only it is coming. Okay, so now after we do this, all what we do, we come here. Okay, so we are checking the container is empty or not. We're creating a container instance. So using this blob service client, we generate an instance of get blob container client. We are just getting an instance of the container client. And then if the container is not present, this will execute, will create a container. Ideally speaking, we just create it, so we don't need this. Okay, but if it is present, it's okay. It is not going to do anything. Okay, it will leave it. And then we pass the file name and try to get the name of the Bob client. After that, using the memory stream, we upload the stream and we say override is equal to true. So if I hover here, it says the second parameter is override. If the same file name is there present, we are allowing it to override the image. After that, it returns the URI. I'm going to put a breakpoint here. I'm going to run this, but before I run this, let's take a look at one more code from the Angular perspective. So from the Angular perspective, all what we are doing is, so from the Angular project, I've opened up the Angular project and under the components, under users, you will see something called update profile and view user profile. So if you see the update profile, all what we do is we have a form group. We are using the reactive form. All what we are doing is we are initiating the form with just one value. Okay, so from the Angular perspective, if you go to this update profile, we have a file variable called selected file and that's of type file. Okay, and then from the UI perspective, we just have only one thing called an input and that is of type file. and it is calling this method whenever you select a file. So what is this method doing? If you go inside this, it is taking the file and putting into the variable. Okay, that is what it is doing, and it is reading the content from the selected file. Now from the UI perspective, once you do that and the button is hit say upload, it will come to this final step. What we are doing here, we are creating a variable of type form data, okay, where a key value pair content is sent. So the first key is user ID, second key is picture. If you remember, in our .NET Core Web API, the input that we are looking here is basically user ID and picture. That is what we are having the key. If you have a different key, it should match. If not, it won't go. Okay, so we are assigning these two. We are taking the user ID from the service and the file that we just stored. It calls an API, which is here. It just does the post to the API that we just developed, but in this case we are sending the form data. If you remember, I was telling that this is from form, not from body, because it is sent as the key value pair content. Now here, after it is sent, if it is successful, we just display it as successful. If not, an error message. That's it. So I'm going to run this application and show you how this works. So I'm going to log in. I opened up the application. Let's remove all of these things. We don't need it. I'm going to go to this update profile. I'm going to choose an image, which is this, and going to click on update, and you can see the image will get updated. So it is now hitting our backend. The picture is present. So it's coming here, steaming, copying, going inside this, creating an instance. Container name is user images, which is a private container, and we are finally uploading it, and you can see this has the image URL. So I'm gonna just do a F5 and send the image back. Image is uploaded, and if I just see how things works, let's take a look. I think it updated. So basically now it's updated. If I just do F12, see, the image got updated by itself. We are able to update the image, this image to a different image. You saw how things works, right? Using the .NET Core, we were able to talk to the storage account connections thing. We were able to talk to the storage account and upload it. The important thing that you need to understand is here, when you go to the settings, in the previous video I showed you how to access how to create the storage account. If you don't know how to get the connections thing, so let's go to the storage account that we created, and you can get the connection string from here. If you go under the access key, you will have the connection string here. You can take this, copy this and use it. You can use either key 1 or key 2. There are two keys because basically they will rotate the key whenever they change the key within like 2 months or 3 months. You can use the other one, and once it is replaced, you can change it back. But basically, if you use key 1 or key 2, both will work. But connection strings are under the security and networking and access key. Alright, so this is how you have to take the connection string. And if you have not watched the previous video where we created the storage account and we were also setting up the private and the public containers. Alright, so you can take a look at that video as well. And this video series is going to end. We have few more videos, important videos coming up, and almost done. So if you like this video, hit that like button. If you have any questions or suggestions, let me know in the comment section, and join the Telegram group where we can chat together and grow together and help each other. So stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tech tutorials. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Happy coding!